listening to the Sportz Nutz.
Hey, welcome to the Sportz Nutz. Yes, this is episode 170. This is also the Thanksgiving special. We hope you guys have had a fantastic week. As you see, I'm broadcasting somewhere different. I'm down in Roswell, Georgia. I'm not too far from our man, Matt Thomas. But man, it's been an interesting day to say the least. The rain, as Matt, you know, it's been raining literally all day, and we can welcome. But man, how you been?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Man, just been, still a little under the weather, but hopefully getting better. Hopefully, I'm good enough to eat in a couple of days. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I hear you on that one. Pensman, you are in charge of the comments, sir. But man, how are you doing, sir?
I know I got drafted with the comments, but I'm doing good.
Yes, but guys,
it's been raining in Pennsylvania, so it's been raining just like it is in Georgia. It's so fun.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we have a real treat of an episode today for Thanksgiving. We have a really special guest who is actually he has been featured on many other media outlets. This gentleman is not your traditional football player, though, ladies and gentlemen. He is actually, I guess, technically classified as a senior citizen. Not thoroughly. He's actually laughing as I just said that. But
respect.
His name is Tom Cello. He is just finished up his college football freshman campaign. Yeah, but there is a reason why we're featuring him. I'm not going to tell you. We'll wait till he tells you himself. After he leaves, yes, we have a little bit of sports to talk about. The sports world doesn't sleep. It is officially Chris Paul is retiring. He has made it clear that after this season ends, he is in fact hanging his basketball shoes up. The question I will have for everybody is he a Hall of Famer? We'll ask Matt, and then we'll go from there. Next question, who is the best G5 college football school? Somebody has to get into the college football playoffs. And who should it be? There's James Madison, Tulane, all of them. And we will absolutely we are welcoming your thoughts on that one. And then I got a question for you, and this is for everybody. Matt is not a stranger to this one. What is everybody's favorite plan for Thanksgiving dinner? Do you go to a family member's house? Do they come to you? And what is your go-to choice for side dishes? And then the next question is are you a fried turkey person, baked, or better yet, a smoked turkey? We'll leave that all for you guys. And then, of course, we have our honorable mentions. And I have a special shout out today because it is, in fact, Thanksgiving weekend. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tom, man, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you so much for coming on. I got to say this, our guy Shane told me about this. I think he told me, if I had to say, it was probably you had just started this season. He said, you got to pay attention. There's an interesting athlete that we may want to have on our show in the near future. And sure enough, your journey, though, it is well documented thanks to not just ESPN, but literally all other media markets. Now, for those who don't know it, though, how did you come about this journey to want to play college football at the ripe age of 58?
I know it's very uncommon, isn't it? Can I answer your Chris Paul question too before I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm putting him in the Hall of Fame, man. That dude has been a great player for many years. And, I'm a Celtics fan, so I have no, skin in the game, but I just have appreciated watching him over the years, man. He's been pretty tough. I would vote him in.
Absolutely. And, Matt is sitting there agreeing with you 100%. He would agree 100%. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Matt's our basketball guy, so.
my favorite guy all time, bar none, Larry Bird, man. It was a treat growing up with him. But boy, what got me to this journey? When I was way back in high school, 15 years old, I signed up for my football team here in Pennsylvania, and I quit within 2 days. I just state that I've had other interests at that time, doing things that a lot of teenagers do, and it took me on a different path. I had actually wanted to go to college and actually play college basketball back then, but I always loved football, wanted to play that as well. And obviously back then I never followed through on it. And, then you get into life and different stages of life, and, years go by. And in my case, decades went by. And people say don't live with regrets, but I always had this regret of not going to college, not being a collegiate athlete. And I held that notion in my mind for many, many years. And now, boom, here I am in my late 50s, but I always maintained a certain level of fitness. And I kicked this off a good friend of mine, Dave. And I said, Dave, I want to go back to school and I want to make a run at playing college football. And I told him, I said, I think I'm still physically capable of pulling this off. And man, alive, I think Dave was been more excited than I was. And he strongly encouraged me to do it. And we had some conversations, and Dave also serves as my trainer. So, we went to work on this and started training, and I looked into the paperwork aspect of it. And, I don't know if it's human nature. I doubt if I'm the only one, but you go through decisions in life or stages in life, and you start to second guess yourself, and you start to think, to yourself, well, what if this doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? And this wasn't the easiest decision to make either. I had to different things I had to consider. So I was starting to get cold feet a little bit. And I called Dave one day and I said, Dave, I don't know. I'm getting cold feet, I think. I said, I'm taking an enormous risk financially, a risk physically, and a risk academically. I said, man, it's been 41 years since I've been in a classroom. And I'll tell you what, to Dave's credit, he said, Tom, listen, he said, look, if you want to play football, go play football. He said, look, you could get hurt on a set of steps. You could get hurt in the shower. You could get hurt in your own home. He said, if you want to play football, make a run at it. Go do it. He said, academically, he said, take great notes. Sit up front. Pay attention. Don't sleep. And if you have questions, ask. Just ask your professors. He said, you'll develop the study habits that you need to get through this, and that'll work itself out. He says, as far as financially, he said, I know it's a risk for you. He said, but the only thing in life that has any real value to it is time. And he said, how are you going to use your time? He said, I know you're concerned, but it'll work itself out. And after that conversation, I was like, all right, man, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm doing it. And, got my transcripts back, and honestly, they weren't the greatest. I wasn't a bad student in high school, but I wasn't the most scholarly type, if you will. And but I turned everything into the school, and to Lycoming College credit, they accepted me, and I had also had a couple conversations with the head football coach, Mike Clark, and we talked on the phone once, and then we met for coffee, and we talked for probably a good hour. And he knew right away I was pretty serious about this. And to his credit, I'll say he never made any promises or any empty promises. He just, he said, well, we'll give this a shot. He says, you show up. He said, be ready to put the work in, and we'll see where it goes. And I appreciate him for that. And so I got here, and we started camp about 2 weeks before school actually started. And I don't know if any of you guys ever played college ball or went through a training camp, but, I had never played organized football. And I'm going to tell you, training camp is tough, man. It is tough. and it's just as much of a mental challenge as it is physical. But yeah, here I am today. I got through the season.
I played organized football. I played for high school. I was actually one of the best tight ends in the state of Georgia. And then I unfortunately blew my ACL and MCL my senior year, and that was the end of my career in sports, basically. But it's nice that you went in there and you said you're never too old to do anything. And there's a great author that came out and said, "Don't let your dreams defer," and that's very true. Don't let them. Life is fleeting. It's very small, very fast. I'm a testament to that. I don't know if you know this, Tom. I had a widowmaker heart attack in July of 2023, on July 10th, I had quadruple bypass. Yeah, I actually have the lovely battle wound for it.
Wow. Yeah.
And I am 100% disabled now. And there are so many things that I wish I had done in life, but then I look back and I say, you know what? Though I've accomplished a lot in my 41 years on this earth. And and God ain't done with me yet. I have 4 beautiful girls. I have a 7, a 6, a 5, and a 16-month-old daughter. And I love my girls to the nth degree and then some. And I love that you didn't let your dreams defer, and you went through it. It's amazing on that one. Matt, go ahead.
Hey, Tom. Like Brandon said, man, thanks for coming on the show, man. We really appreciate it. Can you tell us what that first day was like for you when you walked into that locker room full of 18 to 20-year-olds?
The first day of camp actually was all meetings, and this was funny. The coach had up on the screen, he had a list of all the incoming freshmen, myself included, but I was at the bottom of that list, and it had your graduating year and school, but he wanted the player to stand up and say whatever, Will Smith, Madison High School, 2025, whatever. So it got down to me, and I stood up, I turned, and I faced the entire room, and I said, Tom Cello, Williamsport area high school, class of 1984. And also one of the assistant coaches was my civics teacher back in 1980.
Oh my goodness.
And so I
talk about a small world.
Yeah. And I turned, looked at him, and I said, that sumbitch right there, I said, he was teaching me in 1980. And I said, here he is 45 years later, he's still teaching me. And the guys just went nuts. But day 2 was when things really picked up. We were going through all of our testing, our lifting tests, our conditioning tests. And, I know the guys were skeptical, understandably so. This is an uncommon situation. But when I got in the weight room with the guys, and I can still get after it in the weight room. And, we were going at it, and then we went to the field for our conditioning test, and we had to run goal line to 15 and back in 6 seconds. But we had to do it 16 times, and which was a challenge. But honestly, I more than held my own in that regard. And so the guys knew right out of the gate that I was serious about this. And I had trained so hard, prepared so hard, and came into this camp in really good shape. And I was ready to go. But even having said that, excuse me, it was still hard. It was definitely a challenge.
I have to bring something kind of it's a sensitive subject for a lot. Football, it is such an amazing sport. You can watch it, you can be a part of it, you can listen, you can even play it. But it can also be a little bit of a lot of tough moments for athletes as well. We have seen a lot of very young athletes who have have had a very hard time. And unfortunately, mental health issues have kicked in, and unfortunately, they have passed. What advice would you give for someone who is considering playing football, but they are scared of all the future with the head injuries.
Well, that's a legitimate concern. I know the equipment now has improved greatly, but it's definitely a concern. And I had never played organized football up until this point. A lot of sandlot, when I was younger, but never any organized football. And it does not take long to figure out just how physical this is. College football it's real, man. It's very physical, and head injuries are a concern. And and not just head injuries. Shoulders, knees, backs, whatever. I broke a couple fingers. I had some bruised ribs. I got a knee right now that has been giving me some problems. But so there's definitely risk involved. It's a very physical game and played by violent men, and there's especially head injuries are a legitimate concern. And if you're going to invest in this, you better go all in. If you have any doubts, any hesitation, especially in regard to the head or head injuries, you may want to consider not doing this.
Absolutely. Pensman, you have a question Go ahead.
What was it like the moment you got contacted by ESPN as well as other media outlets?
It was kind of surreal, actually. Honestly, I never expected all this. When I signed up, I just wanted to attempt to do something I had always wanted to do. It was just always a dream of mine. And, the local newspaper showed up here in town, and they did a story, and then another paper showed up, and then this thing just turned into a forest fire. And, actually, CBS Sports was one of the first ones to show up, and they were here for about 2.5 days, and their crew was sensational, man. They were great. They were absolutely great. And they did a wonderful piece they put out. They had, some of my family in there, and just a wonderful job they did. Hats off to them. And then, yes, there were others that jumped into the fray, Fox and ABC, and then, of course, then ESPN showed up. And, yeah, it's kind of surreal. I grew up with ESPN when they had that little studio in Connecticut, and Chris Berman, and it looked like just cardboard boxes for a backdrop. Yeah. So it was pretty neat when they made the call.
I can only imagine, there are a lot of us who, that is the dream, is to ultimately be on ESPN. And, I have a good buddy of mine who works for CBS Sports, but it's through the Infinity Sports Network. His name is Mark Ryan. Actually has he works at 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit, and he too has casual. He has a nationally syndicated show during the weekends, and it's called Offsides with Mark Ryan. And he mentioned you. He did say there is this really cool little story about a 58-year-old college football freshman. How cool is that? And he kind of he mentioned just a little bit, but that's pretty neat that you have now transitioned all the way. And I do need to make a mention also. I want to give a shout out to everybody who is listening to us right now on 95.5 KFCE in Terrell, Texas, and TigerNation.live, as well as the 9 other radio stations we air on and the 30 other countries we air in. So, Tom, you are now going to be even more of an international sensation than you already are. So, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, Tom. Can you tell us, what was that moment? Maybe whether it was a practice or a game, but what was that moment where you were like, yeah, I can really do this?
It was in practice, and it was probably within the first week. And speaking of you just bringing up head injuries, but man, did I butt heads with a lineman, and it was kind of a stalemate. And after the play, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good. All right, let's run this back. Because honestly, that's a good question, because I did have to consider that and give that some thought, like, yeah, I'm in good shape, or I felt I was in good shape, and I want to play football. And honestly, when I initially met with the coach, he said, well, what position do you think you'd want to play? And I said, I would love to play tight end. Would love to be a tight end. He said, well, I already have 3 guys on the roster that, can catch the ball. He said, would you consider anywhere else? And I said, well, okay, I'll try defensive end. I'd like to play end. And we get to camp. Well, they put me in at nose tackle. And, truth be told, I'm in the 220-pound range. And honestly, that's a bit lean, for that position. I mean, you're talking dudes that are, consistently 280, 290, 300 plus now on the O-line. And
it's them hog mollies. What you talking
they're
about?
Hogs. They're definitely hogs. They're big old hogs. And it's a tough occupation in there. And but yeah, early in camp, we butted heads, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. But I will say too, I'm not saying it with a bunch of bravado, because I've been put on my ass a number of times too. I will say that.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I've been on my backside several times.
Yeah.
But football it's such a great team sport. You're able to develop lifelong camaraderies. I mean, heck, I still talk to my quarterback that I had, and I grew up with Kirby all the way from pound football all the way to high school. That's a long time with him and I. And I still talk to a couple of the guys that I played with, and I mean, it's such a nice experience to develop those lifelongers, because they're your brothers. They really are your brothers. People don't realize that. Yeah, you have basketball, and yeah, you're playing 82 games a year in the professional world for basketball. But you go to football. Yeah, you may play 16 games the whole season, that's including your high school round. But those are your brothers for life, and it just means the difference on that. And a real quick note: that's the way Matt and I actually met is through a mutual friend of ours named Brian. I played basketball. That's actually my first love was basketball. My second love is
unfortunately, actually.
You know what? So our buddy Brian tells me, oh yeah, I have a friend who plays for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm like, well, heck, let's get him on our team. Go right ahead. And he was like, well, he plays for the Hawks D League team. Back then it was the D League. Now it's the G League, right? So I was like, oh, so bring him on. So Matt tried out for the Atlanta Hawks the D League team. But yeah, Matt and I have known each other for over 20 years, great friendship. So sports really do make the difference. I do see, what, Matt, hush. Okay. I see you also, all your inspirational videos, your motivational speeches, have you given more thought to maybe being a motivational speaker after you are done with this adventure in the realm of football?
I actually have given that consideration, and I never saw that coming into this, honestly. But the way things have transpired, and I'm going to explore that. Next semester, I'm going to take some classes geared more toward some communication, some public speaking. And, I've literally had people from all over the world reach out. I had a guy in Okinawa, Japan, in the United States Marine Corps reached out. I had a guy from China, from Bosnia, multiple people from Germany, Spain, Brazil, England, Australia, Mexico. People have reached out, and it's overwhelming. It's all over the United States, and okay, maybe I am inspiring people, but it's fully reciprocal, man. It's coming back to me, and I need it, honestly. I'm thankful for everybody that has reached out to me, because they're inspiring me, and it's keeping me motivated. And I'll just say too, you mentioned about a bond, in regard to sports, and I'll tell you, I have learned that a college football locker room, man, what a bond! It's a brotherhood, and I think that more than anything, I think that's been my favorite part of this journey so far is just the bond that has been forged with these guys. And it was good from the start and it was great by the end. And there's just a genuine love for each other. And I got to tell you, our last game was this past Saturday. And in the locker room afterwards, I got very emotional. It was overwhelming. I had guys coming up and saying, I love you like a brother. What an honor it was to play with you this season. I love you. And it was special, man. It was special.
It really is. It really touches you in a way like, yeah, you have your siblings. Yeah, you have your parents, but it's just something about the brotherhood that you really do get with football. I mean, like I said, I still talk to my quarterback, and I can watch, and I'm like, man, I miss those days of being in the locker room with my teammates, and we after the game we go, this is true. We used to go to Waffle House after every game, and we would hit a scattered, smothered, chunked, and covered plate of hash browns. That's what we did, and we would be there for hour, 2 hours at a time. It was just something special about that closeness, that bond that you're going to create. Tom, I gotta say, I'm absolutely, I'm honored by your story. I love it. And I'm going to tell you, keep doing it, man, because you're doing amazing things. You are also inspiring the youth. Yeah, you may be close to 60 years old. Your heart, though, is the heart of a warrior. And the heart of the warrior is the most important thing. My good buddy, Brian Kajiyama, great individual. He actually used to be a football coach at the University of Hawaii. And he has cerebral palsy, so he can't walk or talk. But Brian is the most inspirational person that I have known up until today when I get to meet you. And Brian and Brian he tells everybody, don't let your dreams walk away. Stay with them, because you never know. There's always that one person that will be there that you can change their life for the better. And all of us here will tell you, Tom, we are beyond proud of you. We're proud of what you're standing for, and the fact that you're giving not only the current youth, but the future youth that motivation to know that you can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. And Tom, I really appreciate you, man.
Do I have time to just close with something?
Yes, go right ahead, please.
I think that the theme here is, if you have something you want to chase, if you have a dream, a goal, a desire, do it. Write the script. I wrote the script this time. There's been plenty of times in my life that I've held myself back. And when I've, fully committed to this, I'm like, okay, this time I'm writing the script. I'm not going to let a fear of failure, a fear of what if, or a feeling of, what if I embarrass myself? I'm putting all that to the side. We like safety and security in life, just it's human nature. And, it's like when the kids go out back and jump on the trampoline, there's a safety net. Now I feel like I got on the trampoline and I took the safety net off, and I said, I'm just going to jump as high as I can. And wherever I land, we're going to see how this ends up. And, so I want to encourage people, to really chase whatever dream they have or whatever goal they have. And I just want to share one final locker room story. We were getting ready for a home game. We're in the locker room getting dressed, and I had a teammate come up to me and he said, Tom, he said, I just want you to know that you're reaching people in ways you probably never thought possible. He said, I recently went to visit my father. He said, my father's 58 years old, just like you. And he said, he's incarcerated. And I told him about your story and about this journey you're on. I told him that we were teammates. And he said, my father couldn't believe it. He said he was so inspired by what he was hearing. He's so motivated. He said he gets released in 2031 and he can't wait for a second chance in life. And this is just some of the things that are coming out of this, and it's powerful. And I'm thankful for all of it. So thank you guys for having me on your show. And yeah, stay tuned. I don't know how this story is going to end, but it's still going to continue.
Well, I can tell you we're definitely going to have you on again because we are honored to have you officially be a part of the Sportz Network, the Sportz Nutz Network from here on out. Tom, please tell your family, tell everybody, thank you for letting us borrow you like we did tonight. And I will tell you this, go have some amazing Thanksgiving food with your family. We wish you nothing but a safe and happy holiday season, and we'll talk to you soon. Sound good?
Right back to you. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir. Tom,
it.
you take care of yourself.
All right.
All right, Tom.
See you, man.
Guys, how cool is that to have somebody of that caliber come on and tell us their adventure? I mean, this is just that's all inspiring. And for people who are watching right now, if you are, questioning should you do X, Y, Z, and ABC, just do it. You heard what Tom said. Just do it. You never know what can come about. And right on for what Tom did for this for us show, and it's amazing. And speaking on that note, this is coming from everybody. We still have some sports we want to cover, because after all, this is called the Sportz Nutz. But before we do, we at the Sportz Nutz want to wish you and your family and everybody around you a safe, happy, and healthy Thanksgiving Day and weekend with your loved ones. All right, Matt. He's hanging it up. Chris Paul officially said this, in fact, will be his final hoorah in the realm of NBA. Such an illustrious, accoladed career. Matt, real quick, is he first ballot or no?
Chris Paul is first ballot. There was a point in time, it was like a 6 or 7 year stretch where he was the best point guard in the league. He was the best at his position. So yeah, most definitely, man. He's up there with the numbers. He's up there as far as being competitive, the accolades, all stars, all NBA teams, all defensive teams. I think he has a couple of defensive teams, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken.
Yep.
But no, man, he's definitely first ballot. He's definitely in there. This ages me, and this officially tells me that my basketball career is over because he was in my high school graduating class, 2003. So, man,
somebody get him a diaper, please. You would say
man.
Shane, but Shane's not here.
It was in that class when we had a great class. It was LeBron, Shannon Brown, Chris Paul, me. I mean, it was a great.
What about Deron?
Class.
When did Darren Williams play? When did was he drafted? 03 as well.
He drafted. He was drafted that year, but his high school class is like 01 or 02 or something like that.
Just so you know, Atlanta Hawks, Marvin Williams was not the answer.
We know that now. I mean, it's crazy, man, how bad some cities are at just drafting players, dude. And Atlanta is just one of them. I mean, you need a point guard. You have Chris Paul and Darren Williams there, and you have the number 2 overall pick.
And you took Marvin Williams.
And we took Marvin Williams.
Yeah.
And we already have Josh Smith. We already have Josh Smith. We already have all these small forwards. What's the kid with the afro? I forgot his name.
Oh, Josh Childress.
Josh Childress. We got all these small forwards already, but let's grab another one. So, man.
Why not?
What can you do, man? This is what can you do? We're just bad
Absolutely. At that. And actually, I need to tag on this comment right here, Zillow. Actually, it is very true. Your mind is your biggest enemy. These guys will tell you, and you can't see, but they do. Before every show, I literally go, because I'm scared. I get nervous. And I've been doing this for over 20 years. That just goes to show you really enjoy what you're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was your asthma acting up.
Hey, you're so funny. I forgot to laugh. You're not that much younger than me. So, just saying. All right, so I got to ask you, Pensman, who is the best G5 college football school? Someone's got they have to get into the college football playoff representing the G5, but it seems like nobody wants to get in there. Who are you putting? You have the likes of James Madison, North Texas, Tulane. I mean, Memphis is no, but just like those kind of things. I mean, heck, you even got UNLV at the opportunity. Who would you put in as the G5 representative for the college football playoff?
Right now, I'll put James Madison in. They're playing phenomenal, and they're what they're doing is like a Cinderella story. Nobody knew what they were doing, and they're like, here we are.
Yep. They have
Here
been
we are.
dominating, and they're 10-1, and they're absolutely turning heads the right way. Which, by the way, got to give also a shout out, University of North Texas, y'all. I mean, they're doing this is the most success that North Texas has ever had in their entire existence, which is very sad to think. But I'm so honored. Eric Morris, the now soon-to-be former head coach at North Texas, has taken the head coaching position at Oklahoma State, and he has vowed to turn the program around. And our good friend Cody Krill, as you guys know, he was on our show. He was the offensive line coach at the DC Defenders for the United Football League, and then he was also the line coach at North Texas. All indications are he is leaving to go with Coach Morris to the great school of Oklahoma State. You know, it's going to be weird, though, by the way, Pens, to not see Mike Gundy on the sidelines anymore. It's just, you know, Gundy and OK State were kind of synonymous together. It's just weird. All right, so let me ask everybody this question. This is for everybody to answer. What is everybody's favorite plan for Thanksgiving dinner? Do you go to a family member's house, a friend's house, or do they come to you and you host? And then the next one is what is your go-to choice for side dishes? And then a third part of this question is are you a fried turkey fan, baked or basted, whatever you want to call it? Or how about this, smoked turkey? Or what about this? Have you ever had a turducken? For those who don't know what turducken is, it is a turkey inside of a duck inside of a chicken. Turkey, duck, and chicken. John Madden is the one that introduced the world to turduckens, and they're real. It's really good. What about you, Pensman? What is your favorite plan for Thanksgiving dinner?
I like stuffing. I like
That's your side
to
dish,
stay at
though.
home. Yeah, I know. I'm saying I like
Do y'all
stuffing.
host?
I like to stay at home. Sometimes.
Do y'all host?
Sometimes. But
Now, what about your turkey?
Turkey is baked.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully Matt gets back here in a moment.
Yeah, we put it in the oven and overnight, and then yeah.
So tonight, well, actually, this Thanksgiving. So every year, my mother-in-law, which shout out to my mother-in-law, Carol G. She introduced me to this style of turkey. It's called smoked turkey. There is a restaurant in the upstate of South Carolina called Henry's Smokehouse. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you live in the upstate of South Carolina and Greenville region, you better go check them out. They are phenomenal, because when Cassie and I pulled up to get our turkey from them, the prodigy, the chosen one is back. And then we get there, right? So Cassie opens the door, and you just get this woof of the barbecue and the smoking. Oh, my God. It may have been 10 o'clock in the morning, but, man, my mouth was watering. It was so good. So smoked turkey is the way to be. You know, my mother-in-law does a smoked turkey. Well, my mom never did smoking turkey. So we brought it here, and we had Thanksgiving lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it, with my brother Brian, his wife Jennifer, their 3 kids, my sister Beth, her fiance, ironically his name is Brandon, and her daughter Katie. And there is no turkey left over, y'all. It is completely gone. Absolutely amazing. Now, my go-to dish, though, which I got to give a shout out to Cassie on this one and my mother-in-law, it's a vegetable casserole. It's the California mix, where you have like the cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, and just a couple other things, and you put Velveeta cheese in. Oh my God, it's the best vegetable casserole. Oh my God, it's divine. What about you, Matt? What is your favorite plan? And I also will tell you, we do host, but we typically go to people's location, more like my mother-in-law's, but sometimes we host it. What is your favorite plan for Thanksgiving dinner, Matt? Do you host, or do you go to somebody's house? And then what is your choice for side dishes? And are you a fried turkey, or are you a baked/basted, or are you a smoked turkey fan? Which one are you?
Oh man, I never host, man. I always go around and collect my plates.
That is true.
When I go to different families' houses, I usually get
Matt likes to have like 25 servings of Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. No less than 10 plates. We go ahead and get our plates. I have huge secondary family. So, but we're doing something a little different this year. This year, I'm probably just gonna go to one place. Me, my daughter's gonna be with me. That's the first time
just
she's
one.
But it's different though. This is different. So me and my daughter gonna get with a friend of mine and her our children as well, and we're gonna just do one place. I think it's gonna be a nice, wholesome, personable Thanksgiving this year. So,
what's your side dish? Like your go-to side dish? Like this is like you circle that calendar. You know what? I'm gonna have blank. I'm gonna have beef, and I'm gonna have this, and you know right away. Oh, that is the dish. I know you circle like everything. I've known you for so long. You circle all your food, but what do you think? What is your dish you have to go to for sides?
We look at all food as side dishes, man. Unfortunately, man, I don't have a particular side like a favorite, but I love green beans. But also collard greens, with the ham in it. That's good as well. Stuffing, can't go wrong with stuffing as well. It's whatever, man. The mac and cheese though. Mac and cheese is the one.
Yes.
That's the one.
Cassie makes a mean mac and cheese, man.
Everybody forgot one thing. Everyone forgot one thing, and that's deviled eggs.
So Addison, shout out to my daughter.
Here we go. We got the
that is her jam, and she said, "Daddy, when we go to Gigi's house, can you please tell Mommy or Gigi or both to make me some deviled eggs while we're there?" This is a 7-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. No, she's not 7. She's 17. She's a 7-year-old going on 17. She is a smart little cookie. And my daughter knows good quality food. And to answer your comment on here, Zillow, so Matt will tell you this too. Back in the day, my music was actually hip hop, R&B, and that stuff, but it was the older style R&B, and I still like the old school R&B, and I absolutely do. But it wasn't until I met my wife that I became a country fan. So I like country music. I like reggae. I've always liked reggae. And that goes back to my younger years as my sister introduced it to me. And then I still like hip hop and R&B, but I like the old school style because that, the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s, everybody can attest that's where the music was the best. But Matt, you didn't answer. Are you a fried turkey? Are you a baked or basted turkey? Or what about smoked turkey?
Brandon, I'm all turkey.
That is true. Have you ever had a turducken though?
I have no idea what that is.
Turkey inside of a duck.
You watch football. Come on, man.
John Madden introduced it to the world back in the early 90s. It's called a turducken. Real thing. Look it up. It's really good. Look at Madden.
You got lost by Madden, dude.
I've never had duck.
Oh, man.
I've never had
duck. What? Duck is tremendous. Oh,
I'm done. I'm done. Good show. See you later, guys.
So
never had turducken. Wow.
Never had turducken.
He didn't even know what turducken was.
I had no idea. That's the first time ever hearing of it.
So let me ask you this next question, and then we'll go to the honorable mentions. I know what my kids and mine is favorite movie to watch, holiday movie to watch on Thanksgiving. After we watch the Macy's Day Parade. If you don't watch the Macy's Day Parade, man, you literally are living under a rock. I just saw an old video of Eastland and my middle daughter Eastland and Addison saying hi to Santa during the Macy's Day Parade, and I got a little misty-eyed because my girls are more never tried duck before. It's really good. You have to cook it a certain way. Don't just cook it just because. But if you add certain things to it and you get it just the right amount of tenderness, oh, dude, it's like cutting a knife through butter. It's so smooth. Oh, it's so tender. Very good for you, by the way. I have heart disease, and I can tell you it's actually really good for your heart. Duck is extremely lean. It's one of the leanest meats there is. But my favorite movie to watch on Thanksgiving night is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and it's just something that has to come on every Thanksgiving, of course, the entire holiday season. I have to watch my national. Cassie, she's okay for the first time it airs, and then she's like, turn this off. That's the same thing that happens on Christmas night, Christmas Eve to everything. I got to watch It's a Wonderful Life, and by the time It's a Wonderful Life is done, then the 24 Hours of a Christmas Story come on, and Cassie will watch the first hour, and then she's like, this is dumb. I don't want to keep watching this over and over, but we do. It's just a timeless tradition. What about you, Pinsman? What is your go-to holiday movie or show you watch every Thanksgiving?
Everything you said, man. Everything.
See, that's the only way to do it. That's
Plus,
the only way to go.
Plus Thanksgiving morning, I gotta watch my Macy's parade.
That's right. If you don't watch the Macy's Day Parade, man, y'all are seriously living under a rock. I only watch YouTube.
At least a half hour to an hour. Then you're good. Then
yeah, exactly. What about you, Matt?
After
oh man, Thanksgiving football. Thanksgiving football. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's one thing I watch on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving football. That's it. I mean, I'm usually driving to where I need to go, and I got the
with his 25 plates sitting next to him
with the seatbelt over the plates,
over the food. Yep. Yeah. It's okay, honey. We're almost there.
Gotta protect the merchandise. This is what we came for.
You good? So. You good, turkey? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. It's okay. Daddy will eat you in just a minute.
Yep. And then when I get to my destination, I finally sit back and I just eat. It's
yeah.
lovely.
And I will tell you this too, Pinsman. Matt eats. Matt can pack it down. Like he came over one year at Mom's house. We had crab. We had a low country broil. Yeah. I don't think Matt left without at least 2 heaping servings. Matt servings and everybody else's serving. All right. This is everybody else's serving. This is Matt's serving. I kid you not. It's real. And I'm not calling him fat. Matt knows how to eat that. He knows good food when he sees it.
Sounds like you calling me fat there, Brandon.
No, you got high metabolism.
You are 40. Why. You are 40. You are old man.
Well, I am on that age now.
Your metabolism is going to slow down, boy.
Oh, it slowed down 10 years ago, man.
All right, comes to the good part. It's one of the favorite parts of our show is the honorable mentions. We give you a quick little honorable mention: sports stories, life stories, whatever stories you want to give. My first one, Matt, and I'm proud to say this. Shout out to the Falcons that got the W against the biggest rival in the entire NFL. And I'm going and saying that over the Bears and the Packers and the Steelers and the Ravens. Why? Because it's literally called the Down South Dirty Rivalry. It's one of the oldest rivals. And as of today, Sunday, Atlanta leads the all-time record against the New Orleans Saints, 57-56-1. But here's a crazy stat, Matt. This win that just took place, it did in a 5-game losing streak for the Atlanta Falcons. It also ended a massive losing streak against division opponents. The last win that they had against a division opponent, you ready to hear this, was October of 2024. A year. It's been over a year. And I know we've been dogging it, but congratulations to Kirk Cousins on getting his 290th career touchdown pass. He passed the great late Johnny Unitas for 17th all time. And he ain't done yet. He needs one more, and he moves past Warren Moon for 16th all time. So definitely shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. And which, by the way, also, I got to give another shout out to the Atlanta Falcons on this one, Matt, as well. Did you know the Atlanta Falcons have the most sacks in the entire NFL? And Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. lead all NFL rookies with sacks. Between the two, they have 9.5. The next one behind them is at 4. So absolutely amazing that the defense has turned around. Now all you got to do is just give Raheem Morris that pink slip, Terry Fontenot that pink slip, and Mr. Madden 07 himself, Zach Robinson, his pink slip, and we'll call it a day. Matt, who is your first honorable mention, sir?
Just lightly touch on your honorable mention about the Falcons. Go ahead and get Kyle Pitts out of here, man. Go ahead. Get him up out of here, man.
Brandon,
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I'm done. I have been done.
Once every 3 games, and I looked this up. Once every 3 games, he's responsible for a bobble interception.
Mm-hmm.
Once every 3 games.
And it happened this time too.
Sure did. It
was a pick 6, by the way.
Yep. He was the number 1 option that day. This was his chance to show what he could do. And he just looks, I mean, that has to that has to be the biggest blunder. That has to be the biggest blunder because of the players that came after him in the draft, man. That has to.
Wasn't there this one defensive lineman?
I'm gonna do this real quick for you, Brandon. And I know we're pressed for time, real quick, but I feel this is the last time I got to get this off of my chest. I have to get this off my chest. And this is the last time I'm gonna say it. And this is the last time I'm gonna even entertain it. Okay, last time, Brandon. It's the last time I'm gonna entertain this. All right. Again, and I reiterate. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I had to pull it up, guys. I had to pull it up again because
you're good. I'm just making sure this mic's working.
Because me and the fellas in my group chat we were talking about this, and we were like, "Come on, man, this is crazy. This is crazy." But pretty much anybody drafted after Kyle Pitts, and we all know the same old sob story: Jamar Chase, Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons, Patrick Surtain. I mean, even Joe Horn for the Panthers. Joe Horn Jr. for the Panthers. I mean, it's just
J.C. Horn. You mean
J.C. I'm sorry, J.C. Horn.
Hey, Mom,
I mean, it's just that's what I'm saying. Everybody that was drafted after him has had a spectacular career. Spectacular.
Hey, Terry Fontenot, you have the number 4th pick. What about getting Penei Sewell? No, we want to get.
Actually, I think that was the regime before Fontenot.
Oh, yeah, we want to
If
get.
I'm not mistaken, he came that next year.
No, because Terry Fontenot got Kyle Pitts.
He did? Okay.
Yep.
Fontenot been that long?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. I just wanted to point that out one more time for the last time, man. That because it's crazy because it's like, here we go.
It isn't one thing; it's another.
Here we go. Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase,
found it.
Just Devontae Smith, Justin Fields. I mean, and I get it. Justin Fields having the best season, but Jesus Christ, man.
Can you imagine if you had Drake London and Devontae Smith on the same team?
Oh yeah, it'd be a wrap,
man.
It'd be a wrap. It absolutely.
If we had anybody from that class, man. I mean, oh my God, just looking at these names. Can you imagine Jamar Chase? Can you imagine if we had Jamar Chase?
My gosh, could you imagine you have Drake London lined up on the X and the Jamar Y Chase is Jamar Chase?
Oh, better yet, how about Penei Sewell on the offensive line?
I'm just saying because you literally have Mr. Reliable and Jake Matthews. Unfortunately, Caleb McGarry's out.
How about last year's Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Surtain? He was drafted after him.
Could you imagine Patrick Surtain and
or you know what? My favorite. What about Micah Parsons? What if we had Mike? What if we had that guy? What if we had that guy? But anyways, Brandon.
Actually, you're not, Zello. There are 182 people watching as we speak.
But my honorable mention this week is going to go to Jackson Smith-Jigba from the Seattle Supersonics. He actually broke the franchise's single season receiving yard record.
You mean the Seahawks?
Yeah, Seahawks. That's what I said, right?
You said Supersonics.
Supersonics, Seahawks is all.
Sorry, Sean Kipp is not here.
It's the same state.
Exactly. He had 8 catches for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. But in that process, he broke the franchise's single season record, man, which was held by, I believe, DK Metcalf at the time. So, hey, man, shout out to Jackson.
All right, Pesman, what is your honorable mention, sir?
My Pittsburgh Steelers aren't doing anything. So, if you guys didn't watch it, my honorable first mention is the Dallas Cowboys. They came back 21-0, and they ended up beating the Philadelphia Eagles, beating them 24-21.
Mm-hmm.
I never imagined that they would be back in 21. I thought the game was over. I was like, all right, I'm done. The Eagles are going to win. I'm going to hear about it all week. La, la, la. I'm going to get so many comments. What's going on with your Steelers? My Eagles are 9-3, blah, 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 9-2, blah, blah, blah. But give it out to Cowboys. Nealon passed away, didn't phase them. They just stepped up their game. Dak Prescott playing good. Got to give credit where it's due. And they came back and beat the Eagles 24-21 after being down 21. So you got to give credit where
Heck
it's
of a
due.
game. Heck of a game.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Being down 21-0 and come back and take the victory 24-21 and over.
And George Pickens almost has 1,000 yards now.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
Look at Matt's face.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy, that CD who?
So I was about to say, and look, Matt,
Sir stumbles.
Pinsman and I both had this conversation. George Pickett, he is a diva, but boy, he has definitely turned cheeks the right way as of late, and maybe he's finally found the correct niche. Our good friend Ralph Williams at RW Media says a change of location can do the person good, and so far for George Pickens, it's definitely worked out the right way. And yes, Zello, I do have 12 screens, so I can literally see everybody's numbers at all times. So
and Steelers have like to run the ball; they don't like to throw unless they have to. But George Pickens.
By the way, Matt,
that's why.
Let's give it. I do want to tip our caps to the fact that the Falcons used Bijan Robinson. Imagine what that accomplishes using one of the best running backs to walk the game right now.
Wait, you have 12 screens? That. You have 12 screens up?
Yeah, I do.
Jesus. You mean 12 tabs?
Yes. That's what
okay. I'm like 12 screens.
But I can go all through, so. And I can see everybody's numbers at all times.
No, man. I'm not worried about numbers. I'm just more worried about the 12 screens you got, man. Like,
but no, let's tip.
He's bringing it up because of this.
Yeah, but I got a question for you, Matt. What about Ito Smith?
What about him?
Whatever happened to Ito? What happened to Ito?
I remember that name.
He was a heck of a running back. I am friends with him on Twitter. I'm gonna have to reach out to him and see if we can get him on our show.
Oh, you should, man. You should.
Dude, Ito was. You know who Ito reminded me a lot of?
In college,
you know who he reminded me of? Quiz. He reminded me of Quiz.
Yeah, he was actually on the team. He was on the team that beat Quiz's replacement. That was Quiz's replacement.
And
who was the running back we had?
Like Quiz.
He was behind Gurley. That's when we had Gurley, right?
Tico, Tevin Coleman.
But that's when we had Gurley.
Yeah, it's been Gurley. Yep.
Yeah, so it was Gurley. Ito Smith was backing him up because they wanted They wanted to replicate that Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman thing. But yeah, man. Wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the mission. We are definitely going to try and get Ito Smith on the show. Which, by the way, man, I gotta let everybody know this too. Pinsman knows it. Ralph knows it. I don't think you do. Bernie Kosar. Do you know who he is by chance?
I know who Bernie is.
He's coming on our show. It will be in January. He is going to come on the show. He is recovering from his liver transplant. But I did speak to him personally and his team, and he is coming on in January. So Bernie Kosar will be coming on the Sportz Nutz. Can't wait for that one. All right. My next honorable mention, shout out to all those fans who were in attendance at their respective college football teams' games. Me, our good friend Brian Pettit, and Shane Owen, we went to the Clemson-Furman game. It's actually a really cool experience. We got to see all the festivities that partake with the tailgating and the fans. They're some of the amazing fans. We had some amazing food. Got to meet new friends. We ran out of business cards because we passed out 30 cards. Got to see some old friends, actually. And we watched some really good football. Clemson won 45-10. But it was just absolutely a lot of fun to be there. We wish Matt had been there, but Matt had to work.
10.
Yeah.
Brady got his 10.
I like the hint. Yes. For the 10 points. I like the 10. But it would have been nice to have Matt there. We understand, though, Matt works. Don't worry. Matt's going to be at other sporting events. I promise you guys. We're just because the year of 2025 is coming to an end, the show ain't coming to an end. We're going to have some even bigger opportunities coming. Matt has yet to tell me which basketball game or baseball game he wants to go to for Georgia Tech. We are credentialed. Just saying, Matt. We are credentialed for one Georgia Tech game.
Ooh.
Should be fun.
Yes.
Speaking
Matt,
of Georgia
what is your
Tech,
next?
Yeah, what happened to Georgia Tech on Saturday, buddy?
This is what we're going to do right now.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm joking. I'm messing.
So, Matt, what is your next honorable mention, sir?
Well, my next honorable mention, before we were rudely interrupted, I'm going to have to go to Jahmyr Gibbs, man. Jahmyr Gibbs, the Lions, even though I can't believe well, you know what? you know what? First off, let me preface this by saying kudos to Jameis Winston. I know you guys saw that touchdown pass he received, and then the run afterwards to get the receiving touchdown. If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up, man. Of course, Jameis looks awkward doing it, but
he looks awkward in anything he does.
yeah, he caught it. He caught it, spun off the dude, and got the touchdown. It was one of those little flea flicker type of things. But anyways, man, my next honorable mention is going to go to Jahmyr Gibbs. He had like 219 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Got to give it to him, man. He's heck of a back. He's taking over. You're starting to see less of David Montgomery. You're starting to see a lot more Jahmyr Gibbs, man. So that's transition starting to happen now. So next year, it's going to be Gibbs and Bijan next year, man, as far as top 2 backs in the league. So shout out to Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right, Pizen, what's your next honorable mention, sir?
The New York Giants get rid of Shane Bowen. The Giants need to get rid of a bunch of players. They need to get a bunch of coaches, and I want to see the NFL even out so the big teams can level out with the smaller teams. So I just want to balance. I just want to balance.
Browns. When we be okay with teams like the Browns and the Saints going 0-17 for the next 100 years in a row. We'll be okay with those.
Right. We mean really? We mean really?
Oh, he said, "Oh, my bad." So, all right. My next honorable mention is going to go. Congratulations goes out to UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas. They advanced to the Mountain West Conference Championship title game. They did beat Hawaii 38-10. But I will tell you this: amazing season for both UNLV and San Diego State and University of Hawaii. If they beat Wyoming this week, it would be the most wins since Nick Rolovich was at the helm of being the coach. And they went to the Mountain West Conference Championship.
Hawaii was this close. What, Brandon? Who was that close?
It would have been better. Mike Alejado is going to be good. That's for darn sure. And you got Pafela Aslock, who is one of the best. You got Nick Jones, one of the best wide receiver duos. All right, Matthew Thomas. Do you have any more?
Yes.
Honorable mentions?
Yes, my last one.
Yes. You know what?
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
So this is what we're gonna do here. My last honorable mention is gonna go to Shedeur Sanders for being the first Browns quarterback in 30 years, to win his actual debut, his NFL debut as far as starting. So shout out to Shedeur, and they also got the victory. You can hate on a lot of things, but you can't hate the fact that they got the win.
Wait,
so
Pinsman, can we let Mr. Thomas know what Shedeur Sanders' QBR rating was?
Doesn't matter. Did they win?
13.5?
Yes did they get the victory? Yes or no? Did they get the victory? Yes or no?
I'm sorry. The number you're trying to reach
exactly.
has been disconnected.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I had to turn my. I had to.
Yes.
Dude, I literally had to take my headset off and just sit there for a second. I'm like, "You're really gonna bring Shedeur Sanders in this?"
I can sit like this for hours.
What is he? What's your third chosen son?
Zilla, please stay. We're actually coming to the end. Please stay, man. We want you to see the outro video that we're doing.
So pretty much, man, yeah, like I said, shout out to Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. Again, first Browns quarterback in 30 seasons to actually win his debut as a starter. So hats off.
All right, Pinsman, last honorable mention.
My third chosen son. I don't have any more.
All right. Hey, good. All right, real quick, an honorable note. As I mentioned, a nice name, Nick Rolovich. Cal Berkeley fired their head coach. Nick Rolovich has been named the interim head coach for Cal Berkeley. Is Rolo back? I think he might be. So congratulations indeed to seeing Nick Rolovich back on the sidelines. Guys, we had an absolute amazing episode. It was jam-packed. And shout out to our guy, Tom Cello, for coming on. It really does mean a lot to us. For those who do not know this also, Tom has his own trading card. Topps brand created it for him. And yes, you can go to any store. You can get the college football trading cards. There's Tom's card. It is in every packet. I myself am definitely getting one because represent everybody who's come on here. So it means the world to us. But I wanted, we have a special saying we're going to tell you guys, okay? And this is to everybody. And I mean, that means you, Zillow, everybody who is watching. We're now down to 75 people watching. So I want you guys to listen. We here at the Sportz Nutz, we want to wish you all a very safe, happy, healthy, and fun Thanksgiving holiday with your loved ones and friends you haven't seen in a long time. We want to welcome you to another amazing holiday season. The holiday season officially has begun. We hope you guys have a safe, happy, and wonderful holiday season. And I can tell you, you're going to get unwrap a lot of treats for the Sportz Nutz during the holiday season because we got some big stuff cooking. Can't wait to share them with you. It will be coming, I promise you. As you just heard, Bernie Kosar is one of them. He will be coming on our show. We also are talking to another female professional athlete who plays overseas in London. Yes, Miss Devin, she is actually going to come on our show. Trying to finalize today. I actually, Matt, I meant to tell you, I'm going to add you to the group message between all of us so you can help correlate the scheduling with her, if you don't mind, sir. She is out overseas in London, but she's going to come on and do it. Our girl Addison Burleson did and tell us her journey. We're eagerly awaited to hear this, so we're really excited about that one. So with that being said, for everybody who tuned in tonight, greatly appreciate it. We had over 70 comments. And then for everybody who watched tonight and for our man Tom Cello, Pensman, please tell everybody your final goodbyes and where they can find you, sir.
I'm on YouTube, Pensman Sports. I made a short, talked about Mike Tomlin leaving Pittsburgh possibility, but go check that out. But you can find me on YouTube, Pensman Sports. You can find me on all kinds of social media at Pensman Sports. Please follow me. So, he's not here to defend himself, but please give Ralph Williams, RW Media, a subscribe to as well.
And if you guys also see,
Brendan.
Underneath our good friend Pensman Sports is a particular email address. If you have a content idea, or if you are wanting to continue a debate, or you would like to interact with him more about when he does play-by-play for both the Yankees, for the Steelers, and for the Pittsburgh Penguins, send him a message. That's his email, and he will be happy to respond. Real quick, also, shout out to our guy, Brian Pettit of Tiger Stripes Media, as he says, love each other and be kind. And then our good friend Shane Owen, as he always tells you guys, love each other and peace, love, and bacon grease, indeed, which still sounds gross. But
are you going to mention about last night?
What about last night?
About Tiger Stripes, what he did last night? You must.
Oh, yes. Tiger Stripes did an amazing job. If you guys go get a chance, follow his page at Tiger Stripes Media. We greatly appreciate it. All right, Matt.
The Diners game did awesome.
Yes. And hey, Zillow, man, we absolutely, real quick before we go to Matt, Zillow, we appreciate you coming on, man. Please hit subscribe on our YouTube channel at the Sportz Nutz 176. Go follow us on Facebook, on Twitter at the Sportz Nutz, on TikTok, Brandon.Keeler8. That's on TikTok. We are on Twitch at the Sportz Nutz, nuttysportstalk.com, on Instagram of Nutty Sports Talk as well. We appreciate you, brother. All right, Matt. Tell everybody your goodbyes, please.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, guys. We got the holidays coming up. Thanksgiving coming up. If you're somebody like me who goes and drives to gets plates, guys, don't drink at the places that you're getting the plates from. Only drink at the place where you're going to eat the plates. You don't want to get caught up. You don't want the whoops behind you because they're going to be out there because they got a quota to meet. And when they meet that, you're going to be sitting in the slammer. Man, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're lucky if you see the judge on Monday or Tuesday. So, and then pretty much, guys, don't get flagged in the game of life. Follow the rules. If you're going to drink, get an Uber. Get somebody to drive you. But don't get flagged in the game of life.
Absolutely. And Zilla, I just told you, help our Facebook page grow. I know you don't like it, but help us there. Just take follow. I post things on there all the time. I am the one in charge of it. And also on our Instagram, Nutty Sports Talk, we're there. We post regularly. And, of course, like I said, on TikTok, we post religiously. Pensman's on there quite often with me. So, guys, I hope you had an absolute amazing week. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. And I want to say thank you to everybody who watches our show and really engages. It means a whole lot to us. You guys absolutely mean the world to us. There will not be an episode this Friday. It is Black Friday. Matt and Pinsman, our boy Brian has to work. Shane has to work. But next Tuesday, we will be back in the saddle. Episode 171 will commence at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So with that being said, I always tell you, peace up, A-Town down. Why it's the greatest sports city there ever was. You guys have a fantastic evening, fantastic weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon. Enjoy this wonderful outro. Good night.